In a few days, the Las Vegas Strip will turn into a high-tech carnival. The world's largest annual technology convention will showcase smart cars, drones, and all the latest in wearable gadgets. So which of these products should you be rushing out to get this year? For answers, we'll turn to technology expert Graham Williams. We've reached him in Vancouver. Good morning, Graham. Let's start with this category, virtual and augmented reality. What is it, and what about it do you think will go mainstream this year?
Well, virtual reality is a technology that sort of made its initial landing back in the 90s, and that was the headset that you used to see people wearing. They used to sit on platforms with little guns that people would walk around with. Virtual reality is back, but it's now designed for home use. So there are three companies that are making a play into virtual reality this year. There is Valve Software and HTC with the HTC Vive. There's Oculus Rift, which was purchased by Facebook last year, and PlayStation has announced PlayStation VR, all of which are coming in 2016.
So what will you be able to do with that?
The big play for virtual reality is gaming. So this is the type of thing that you'll put on your head and you'll be able to be immersed into a gaming world like nothing else that's really out there currently. The other big play that we're starting to see as well is movies. We've heard from all three of these companies that they're going to be for more than gaming. So, you can imagine seeing The Force Awakens right up close and personal, feeling like you're in that world, would be something that would be very cool for a lot of users out there.
All right, okay, let's move on to wearable technology. I mean, the smartwatch didn't really take off like Apple might have hoped it would. What do you think will be wearable this year?
Well, I think we'll start to see the evolution of the smartwatch through this year. Apple did sell quite a few of the Apple Watch last year. They sold more than all of their competitors put together. But we did see a number of other players in that category. So Fitbit has continued to really dominate in the fitness wearable space. Things that fit on your wrist are predominantly going to be what we see in the wearable category this year. So we'll probably see an Apple Watch 2. We'll see something new from Samsung. We'll see some new stuff from Fitbit. A lot of this stuff we'll be seeing over the course of the next week and then through to June of this year. We're also going to be seeing something that's called augmented reality. So this is sort of the crossover between wearables and virtual reality. And this is something that we saw in Google Glass, as well as Microsoft HoloLens. So these are things that you can actually look through while having a bit of a virtual perspective put onto the real world. These things working in conjunction with things like Apple Watch and with your iPhone or with your Android phone will give you a sort of a more immersive experience in the real world as well as in the virtual world.
Well, what do you think about drones? What more could they do with drones?
Well, this is sort of where all three of these things come together. So drones have sort of continued to evolve. The very cool thing here is that they're starting to play by the rules a little bit. We've seen an FCC registration set up for them so that people are registering their drones, not flying them in places where they shouldn't. One of the main companies that does drone hardware, DJI, has actually issued a new software update that prevents drones from flying in restricted flight paths. So, in airports, we actually saw a video that went viral here in Vancouver of a drone flying over the Lionsgate Bridge. That's a restricted flight path, so DJI will no longer allow you to do that. But we're going to see them tie into wearables as well. So we've started to see drones that will, when you wear a wristband, will actually follow you while you're doing things. So if you're doing something cool like mountain biking or snowboarding, it'll actually follow you as you go. The drone's kind of like the camcorder. This is still an enthusiast product, but we're going to see more families adopt them to do cool things like videography at parties and events with drone photography.
Yeah, I was at Diwali in Varanasi in India, which is one of the holiest cities in the world. And there was a drone flying over us, over the Ganges River. So they're all over the place. I can attest to that. Now, what about cell phones? We all have cell phones. What do you think we can expect in changes with those this year?
Well, we're starting to hear a lot of things like waterproof technology. Samsung obviously has been doing waterproof phones, as has Sony over the course of the last few years. The big talk this year is that Apple will be bringing a waterproof phone to the market. That's not confirmed, but it's the rumor. The other thing is the shift over to OLED technology. We're seeing this both in televisions at home and also in phone screens out there. Samsung has been leading the way in that. There's some rumors that Apple will adopt that technology this year. It's a beautiful technology that's very vibrant for color, and it's very, very bright. So it's something that we're looking to see in a lot of new products over the course of the next year.
Yeah, and charging, that's something we could all improve on, I'm sure. What gadgets are you going to try to get this year?
Personally, I'm a huge fan of VR. I actually have an Oculus Rift version 1 developer's kit. So I'm really looking forward to picking up all three of these to see how is VR back and how good is it going to be.
All right. Sounds like the Matrix to me, Graham. Thanks for breaking it all down.
My pleasure.
That's technology expert Graham Williams joining us in Vancouver.